Woo!
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the We Only Do One Take podcast. It's the only podcast in the world that is a complete shit show. I am Turch, and with me is my co-host, the CEO, the man with the gift of the gab. It's Kieran. How you doing, buddy?
I am doing really well, and it's great to be doing another virtual podcast in this very strict lockdown of ours.
Very trying times, I'll tell you that much. I don't know how we've been be able to do it so well, so virtually for so long. We can't wait to actually get back into the studio, but it'll be exciting times when we absolutely can. But what a fantastic episode we had last week with Dan from the from Bar Talk.
Bar Talk, that's right. AMR,
That's right.
AM radio?
Australian Musicians Radio.
Yeah, I was about to say AMR radio.
That's right.
Sort of like saying it's a PIN number.
Yes.
Personal identification number.
Yeah,
I don't want to make that. The
or
AMR.
or ATM, automatic teller machine, the
Yeah.
ATM machine. It's the same sort of principle, but it's AMR, and it's always good to have Dan on. Lots of laughs, lots of laughs. I don't know. I'm glad that, like, you know, on his show, I have to be very subdued and a bit more relaxed about things.
See,
and then he comes onto our show and he just completely.
I feel like
goes
we should
downhill.
address the elephant in the room. I noticed I wasn't invited. I've only been on that show once, and I noticed I was never invited back. Was I
yes.
too risque?
Yeah, exactly
Yeah,
right. Exactly
okay.
right. You bring the risk to this show and any other show. That's why
I
I'm
didn't
the
subdue myself
That's why
on his show.
That's why I'm the representative on like AMR and Man Brain and Shitty Song of the Week and the Delvin Cox Experience. That's why I'm
yeah.
I'm that guy.
Because I don't control myself.
No, it's all downhill. You can't keep.
And they don't know how to control me.
That's right. You need
That's why I need
a
you.
handler. As you need a handler. As the CEO, you need a handler.
I need my handler to keep me on track. And if you go back
Wait, so you're no longer the CEO. We discussed this last week. Last week you decided that you were the Mufti.
Oh, the Mufti. Sorry.
That's
yes.
right. I'm the Pope.
As the Mufti of the podcast. Because I tried to do that podcast with Niall.
Yes.
And it only went for 20 minutes, and it was torture.
Yeah, it's hard.
Torture.
It's hard to keep things on track and things organised. Because you know what you got to do, Kieran?
What's that?
The most important thing about this show is that you start off with the rants.
Oh,
and the rants. And the most important thing is that I've been building some up.
Okay. Before you do that, I need to get my rant out, because I know you've got a lot of rants.
Please.
And I don't want to interrupt you, because I'll end up doing that. So I'll get my rant out,
Please.
and then it's over to you. You know when you have that shower liquid, the bathroom liquid, the cleaning bathroom
liquid? Like you're cleaning your bathroom, you've got like...
No. Like you're in the shower.
Oh, you're showering.
Your body wash.
Your body wash. Okay.
Strong start, people. You know when you're not empty yet, but you've just got that little bit at the bottom?
Yes.
But the pumping action
Yep.
won't pump it up.
And then you fill it up with water to try and get that little bit last bit out. Do you do
that would be a smart idea if I did that.
Dude, you didn't know that trick?
I'm in the shower with plenty of flowing water.
Flowing water. Were you about to say, where do I get water from when I'm in the shower? I feel like that's where your brain went. And then you went, I'm in the shower full of water. Oh, fuck. How am I so... Yeah, because you just open it up. You put it in the...
Well, I open it up and tap it out.
Yeah.
But then you don't get it taps because there's too much there, but not enough for the pump action.
Yes.
So you tap because it's at the bottom, so
That's
it's not
right.
hasn't made its way down to
That's
the
right.
funnel part, and then you get too much body wash.
Yeah,
I'm gonna try the water thing. The water thing sounds like...
The water thing is good because you do get...
But I shouldn't need to try the water thing.
that's
They
right.
should be designed in a way 100%.
exactly-
I
yeah.
will accept 99.9%
Yeah.
use.
I think, yeah, the water thing definitely works, but then you just have to pump a few extra times because you get like half water, half
I
body
like
wash.
to do the 3 pumps and that's it.
3 pumps. That's, I'll probably do about 3 pumps of shower gel.
Someone is going to edit this.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I like a good 3 pumps and I'm done. I'm glad you're washing though. That's the important. Because remember we were talking about like those celebrities, or did I not bring it into the show?
No,
the
you
celebrities
did. The celebrities that don't
wash every day.
And then I revealed
don't
that I would have like 2 washes a day.
Yeah, exactly right. Oh, I don't know how people can not wash. At least we're doing the right thing.
That's right. We are very hygienic on this podcast.
We are 100% COVID free. That's all I know.
And we will not accept people or celebrities that don't wash.
Yeah. Unvaccinated, I'm in.
Washing? No, you're out.
No washing.
You're out. No washing, you're out.
Absolutely. Well, Kieran, speaking of things to rant about.
Yeah.
I do have a story about my dad.
Mm-hmm. Excellent.
About how ridiculous it is to have a dad sometimes. But I'll save that because I got two rants.
Uh-huh.
I was scrolling through Twitter.
Yeah.
As I've been trying to do a little bit more Twitter stuff with the podcast. So definitely follow us on Twitter. We only do one take. And I found this. Jess is going to bring something in for me to help out. And this is a real thing I took a screenshot of. Have a look at this. Have a look at this.
Thank you, Jess.
Thank you, Jess.
Say hi to the listeners, Jess.
Hi.
Hi, Drizzle.
Have a look, Kieran,
Yeah.
at this picture here and read what it says.
Oh my god. It looks like it. Can I just say it just looks like two shits?
It looks like two
turds.
Two
Yeah.
turds.
Breakfast of champions. Vegan sausage. Plant-based, nutritious, and very good indeed.
Okay.
That looks like two fucking shits.
That looks. Now, a lot of the comments were, was this before or after you've eaten the vegan sausage? And I guess that's what my rant is about. Omnivore appropriation.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Now, we always, the lefties, right? They always appropriate, they always say, like, oh, you're appropriating this person's culture by wearing, like, a kimono. And I was like, well, no.
Can we just pause?
Yeah.
For the listeners that don't know, what is a kimono?
Like the Japanese garb.
Okay.
You know? Or, oh, you're wearing, you only want to go to this country because you're fetishizing it. You're appropriating the culture.
Okay.
I said, okay. No, that's not the case. 99.9% of the time, it's not the case. But this time here, definitely appropriating the omnivore, or at least the carnivore culture, or the people who eat meat, the non-vegans, the meat eaters. Because words have meanings.
I feel like this is going to be that type of show today. Yeah.
Words have meanings.
They do have meanings,
right?
yeah.
And sausage, for instance, has a definite definition.
Yeah.
Right? And this is something that if you want to do your research, all you have to do is Google the dictionary definition of sausage.
Yeah.
Now, they said, what was that made of? That was plant-based vegan sausage, plant-based nutritious, right? All that sort of thing. Here is the definition of sausage. An item of food in the form of a cylindrical length, right?
Yeah.
So far, what they've done is correct. But by that part of the definition, so is a poo. But here's the most important part. A cylindrical length of minced pork or other meats encased in a skin, typically sold raw to be grilled or fried before eating.
Well,
Now, the rest of the
that
definition
picture was missing the skin.
Now, the rest of the definition
Yeah.
of sausage, the part where it's meant to be made of pork or another meat in a skin of that meat, none of that
happens in the vegan
in
thing.
the vegan-ish. So they've completely given a word, they've attributed a word to something, they've described something. When you say sausage, no one is thinking that vegan piece of poo, they're thinking a beautiful bunning snack.
I want, and because you know how you can get the veggies, can you get the veggie sausage or is that the veggie patty?
Veggie patty.
Right.
But they don't call it a... Okay, so I'm going to continue on.
Yeah.
Because I've got more examples. Exactly right where you're saying they've got the veggie patty. And they don't call it a hamburger. They call it a veggie patty that you put into a burger bun. Right? Because the definition of a burger is a dish containing a flat circle cake of minced beef or sometimes another savory ingredient that is fried or grilled and served into a split bun or roll with various condiments and toppings. The round cake of minced beef or other meat products.
Products, yeah.
Again, very easy to Google what definitions of words and then attribute what the definition of a word is and that word to an item of exactly that description. And in this case here, a veggie patty is not a burger, it's a veggie patty.
It's a veggie patty. I know what I'm getting when I get the veggie patty.
Exactly right. But if someone said a veggie burger, you'd be like, well, what is this? Because...
Is it a burger with vegetables?
Exactly right. So, I thought I'd keep going. Because you go to vegan restaurants and you go, oh, we'll have the vegan steak. Now, I have another issue with this.
Have you gone to a vegan restaurant?
I have.
Where?
In Northgate.
Wait, and... So full vegan?
Full vegan.
The menu's completely 100% vegan?
Yeah, because then what they do is they go, oh, it's like...
But you're a meat eater.
I know.
Why would you at a vegan restaurant?
Family members are vegan, and for their birthday, they wanted to go...
Oh, it was their special day?
It was their special day.
Why did you go?
Because I like to keep the peace.
But why? Couldn't you protest? Why didn't you protest?
Oh, look. No, because there's a...
I was in Northcote when you were at this birthday party, and I was...
That's right.
Hang on. We were both in Northcote that night.
Yeah, that's right.
And the juxtaposition, you should have been with me. I was eating a steak.
You were. You know the great... the reason why I don't protest is because there's currently a pandemic on, and... I know all these people out there, they don't want to get the vaccine. They're all right-wing Nazi things. But
this was before the pandemic. Don't you pull that bullshit here.
This is actually at the start of the year when we actually cook out. Now, speaking of steak, here's the definition of a steak.
Sorry, a vegan steak. Tell me what a vegan steak is.
It's just made of vegetables or like quinoa and all that sort of stuff. And they mush it together, or tofu, and they mush it together to make... This thing, they get these products that are not meat products and they make it look like... what you would eat. So like you got in your head a sausage and they would try to make it look like a sausage or a chicken breast. So these vegan have decided...
Why not just eat vegan stuff?
Well, they are...
And create their own categories.
Exactly right. So what they do
need
is
to create their own categories.
They create vegan products that look like meat to trick themselves into eating meat, or potentially to trick non-vegan eaters to adopt the vegan lifestyle. Yeah, but you can still have a burger, you can still have a steak, you can still have a sausage. It's instead made of vegetables. And I'm like, well, no, I can't have a sausage because a sausage has to be made of meat. A chicken breast, a chicken nugget has to be made of chicken.
Yeah.
That's right. And here's a definition of a steak. High quality beef. Again, that's the first three words.
Quality.
High quality. And then beef is the third word. Very important. Taken from hindquarters of an animal, typically cut into thick slices and cooked by grilling or frying. So none of that could, especially the first three words, could ever describe...
I'm happy. I've eaten at a vegetarian restaurant.
Yeah.
I was very happy to eat at that vegetarian restaurant. Because they were just vegetarian meals.
Yeah.
It's like when you go to an Indian restaurant.
Yeah.
You've got the butter chicken.
Yeah.
You've got the Rogan Josh.
Yeah.
You've got they're all Indian dishes.
Correct.
They don't say it's like Rogan Josh steak.
No, that's right.
Or butter chicken nuggets.
They're very... That's funny. Well done.
Thank you.
I completely agree. And this is what... they're just taking all the words from... to try and trick people into buying...
Celiacs don't do, garlic naan corn.
No, that's right. They just do... So here's another one. Here's have a look at this. Here you go. So this is another thing. So read it out and look at the pictures. What do we have there?
All right, you've got some carrots.
Okay.
Then I've got what looks like sausages.
What do they called it at the top there?
And then there's things that they look like sausages in buns. And it looks like they're eating a sausage, but they're called carrot hot dogs.
Yeah, so they're just carrots. They've sort of fried up. And because they're put it into a hot dog bun, they're considering it to be...
hot dogs.
Hot dogs. Now, again, a hot dog has to have the cheapest...
100,000 fucking preservatives for it to be called a hot dog.
Now, even the worst hot dog will have some kind of meat in it. Even if it's 1%. The lowest bar of food is a hot dog. Yeah. And even that has
hot dogs are more preservatives than anything else. And that carrot has no preservatives.
But also, like I said, even a hot dog will have 1% meat to be called a hot dog. And those don't even meet that 1%. That 1% requirement of having meat to be called a hot dog. Can you imagine the disappointment you would have as a child, as that you rock up to your friend's birthday party, we're having hot dogs, you're like, yeah, great, how good is this? And then you get a carrot in a bun covered in sauce.
Oh my god.
You would cry.
That is a meltdown. That is crying. Yeah.
Your parents should go, we're not seeing that child anymore. We're going to take back the gift. You know?
Do you ever wonder as a kid, there were friends that sometimes all of a sudden, like, you never saw them again? Or you saw them at school, but you could never play with them?
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, I don't think my parents got along with their parents.
I would say so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's something like that. Very lucky our parents haven't met each other.
Oh, otherwise. No. If my dad and your dad met, you wouldn't be able to split them apart.
There would be a new podcast.
Yeah.
Put them on the show, put them together. A couple of drinks in and it'll be fine. So that's my first rant.
Uh-huh.
My second rant is women's creams.
Yeah.
Now look, you just talked about your body wash. Now what is the prerequisite of you if you're looking at body washes to buy? What are the words on the front?
I don't even look at the words.
You just go, that's on special?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
I just go.
So Jess has a whole bunch of stuff.
Can I say it's even better because with Amazon I've automated it.
Yeah.
So it just turns up.
It just rocks up. Perfect.
Like every 2 months.
Perfect. Or just buy stuff. And I don't know. Look, I don't understand this. Like, I'm not a scientist. I'm not a virologist. I'm not an epidemiologist or anything like that. But apparently every single woman is. Because they know everything about skin creams. Right? In general. They all magically have degrees and doctorates. In chemical, in biochemicals, regular chemicals, and epidemiology. And somehow they know exactly what to put on their face to do exactly what. Despite the fact that nothing has been proven to actually work too much, apart from moisturizer, right?
Yeah.
But this one here, it's got 50 grams, of resveratrol.
Resveratrol.
And I'm like, okay, great. And you know what? When you read instructions of how to use stuff, like if you were to read an instruction of how to apply cream, you would like apply, take a 5-cent piece coin worth of cream and apply to face.
Yeah.
That's how I would do it. Or rub cream in face.
Yeah.
Pretty easy. How's this one? Are you ready for this? Submerge skin with a deluge of hydration with this rich moisturizing cream containing peptides and resveratrol to help firm the surface of the skin for a more youthful looking complexion. But I just love it. Submerge skin in a deluge.
You gotta go in a fucking bath?
Yeah.
You gotta get a bath full of cream?
Submerge skin in a deluge.
What the fuck's a deluge?
Of hydration. With this rich moisturizing cream.
Do you need other components with this cream?
I don't know. But I'm just like, okay, deluge. I'll just double check, make sure the deluge is exactly what I think it means. It just means a lot.
Yeah.
But even if it is a lot, I feel like this, right? I feel like, so deluge just meaning a large volume. Right? Easy. That's it. So this cream, right? Someone wrote up the copy for this.
Yeah.
And just went, ooh, it doesn't sound spicy enough. And then right-clicked in Microsoft Word to the thesaurus.
Yeah.
And just went, I know what to do.
Can I have a look at this?
You can absolutely, it's right there. You can have a read of it as well. It's more amazing the more you read it. You're just like, wow, that is a sentence. It's a sentence by the intern is trying to look great and just written that. They're like, fuck it, put it on.
Application morning and night. Gently massage a pearl-sized amount over face.
Yeah.
Neck. And decolletage. What the fuck is that word? After serums.
Look.
What?
One, like I said, it's very hard to be a woman because one, you have to be an epidemiologist and a chemical. You don't know all about chemicals, a chemist. And two, you have to put all of this shit on every night. There's other components that we're missing here. We're very lucky as men where we could just go, that'll do. Yes, the same cleansing product that I use on my face and my balls.
I think the last time I put like any cream on my face was I was flying, and I was upgraded to business class, the pointy end, and in the bathroom there were these creams, and it's like, what is this? And then I put like I don't know, it must have been like the moisturizer on it or whatever. And then I'm sitting down and all that I could fucking smell is like the fucking moisturizer. And I'm like, this is fucking terrible.
So I put a bit of moisturizing cream after you do the trimming.
The trimming, yeah.
But other than that, and
I'm not talking about cream. I'm talking about...
It's hard. It must be hard, people, because they need to do things nightly.
Yeah.
I understand. This is the plight of women. This is the real thing. What they're getting screwed over by pharmaceutical and skincare companies. With it doesn't even like if this was a male product, be like 99% of tradies prefer. Smells like hot dogs or something. Proper. I don't.
Be clean. That's the one. I want that one. That's the body wash. I'm taking that one.
Rough as guts. Here we go. Here we go, boys. I'm in. That's like Solvol. You know what Solvol is?
Basically, when I go to the shops, it's like, oh, yellow or blue.
Yeah.
Yellow or blue.
This one's $5. This one's $5.50. $5 it is.
Yeah.
10 out of 10. Next. So I was just very entertained, because I think men are the only ones that probably read these, because girls probably go, I'll just put the cream on. I heard this was good. Put the cream on. And guys just read these and go, what the fuck is my wife buying? Like even this one. Do not
ingest.
Yeah, do not be taken orally. Avoid contact with eyes. Well, I don't know. It's not for me. It's not something that I do on a daily basis.
All right. Well, if you are a skincare person and you want us to read out advertisements, let us know at the We Only Do One Take podcast at gmail.com.
It's pretty good. Have you got the news?
I don't have news.
Oh,
I've got clips.
You've got clips, you too. Let me get these clips up.
I've got clips today. No news, clips. Have you heard of the Twitter page Libs for TikToks?
Yes. Yeah. I have. I've subscribed to them. They're amazing.
So I am plagiarizing. I have got 3 clips.
That's fine.
From the Libs from TikTok page. It is a fucking brilliant page.
Yep. Even Joe Rogan likes it.
It is fucking amazing. And I thought, I don't know, these are just amazing.
Yeah.
These are just absolutely amazing. So can you please play Fat Chairs?
Fat Chair. I've got this clip called Chairs.
Yeah, Chairs, that's it.
Yes, chairs. Let's talk about chairs. Full pun intended, chairs are the biggest fucking issue in the fat community. The amount of public spaces like doctors' offices, malls, what the fuck ever, places that have seating, restaurants, etc., never, ever have accessible seating. Some places just have stools, or some places just have armed, small, dinky-looking chairs. As a fat person, if you have never, ever done the following things. If you have never looked at a picture of a restaurant on Google Maps to try and figure out if the seating would be accessible to your size, if you've never broken a chair in a public space especially, if you've never had to second guess whether or not it was okay to sit down in the chairs provided to you, if you've never had a fucking panic attack at school because you couldn't fit into the goddamn chair desk situation.
Oh, women have it so hard. Not only have to put all this face screen, they that woman has to.
I don't think that was a woman.
You don't think so?
No.
Oh, what?
I don't know. I thought it was a man, but I don't know what the pronouns were.
Who knows? Can you imagine? I have to look at Google pictures of the restaurant to ensure that the chair size will be sufficient for my 450-pound weighted body.
I'm going to say, I'm not going to say I'm massively fat, but I know some fat people as well.
Yeah.
Who I don't think have ever had the difficulty of getting into a chair.
How big do you need? Like this, like I'm in a standard
chair.
You're in a and I'll go, yeah, we fill them up, but we don't fill them up.
If I couldn't fit into this chair, or this chair was getting snug,
yeah.
that would be a fucking wake up call.
A 2.5 person
if
sofa.
I'm breaking a fucking chair,
that'd be an issue. You know what? A 2.5 person sofa is not the size that you should fill up. You shouldn't be aiming for that. That's not the goal. You should be filling up less than like a one seat is enough. Like look. I've talked to ergonomists, people who like actually. Like, you know, when I was doing an old job, like we had to fit out desks and seating space, and they do all this stuff. Like very learned people study this sort of stuff. They're like engineers, and they go around and they take a complete average of a population, and they go, "This is enough. This is what we need as people to be comfortable, to be safe, to get our back straight, all that sort of thing." So this person here is complaining that the average chair, which fits on a bell curve, 95
to 98% of people.
Yeah, 98% of people. They're such on the fringe that they worry about that. That's not the chair's fault or society's fault. That's your fault to be in that category. That's amazing.
When I was in America, so Australia's got obese people, right?
I think per capita we're fatter.
Oh, no. But when you go to America, like, our obese people are fucking normal.
Yeah.
Like, they have some fucking fat people.
Yeah.
Like, so we might have more fat people, but we don't have a lot of people at that fucking extreme. Extremes.
No test holidays.
We've got fat people that still fit in chairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Tess Holiday was just in Disneyland relaxing by eating popsicles. Whole bunch of popsicles. And I'm like, that person does not have anorexia. Oh, she did. She beat the shit out of anorexia. Alright, you've got another couple of clips here. Unless you've got some more jokes about chairs.
No. Okay. The next one is... let's continue on the fat train. Can you play... is it trainers or PT?
PT.
PT. Play the PT.
When diet culture, or personal trainers, say, take progress photos to stay on track, what they're actually doing is perpetuating the lie, that us humans are healthier when we are smaller, which is simply not true. These transformation photos also demonize the before photo as someone that is not good enough just as they are. What does this content say about somebody that looks like the before photo? It says you are not good enough as you are, and I had to go to extreme lengths to not look like you, and I'm being celebrated for that. Piggybacking onto fat phobia and body shaming. This content also regularly focuses around women, that a woman's primary focus in life should be to take up as little space as possible, masked as determination or discipline. Lastly, these photos belittle exercise simply down to a weight loss tool, but it is so much more than that.
I love look, we do a whole hour show and we don't clip ourselves, like we don't edit ourselves once. Sometimes we can have a full like this person.
Even last podcast, the podcast before, Jess was saying.
Yeah, we fucked up. We left it all in because that was my fault. I apologize for that. But this person has less than a minute of content, and she can't even get it out all in one go.
Yeah,
it's very frustrating. But let's go through it all. If you're going to a personal trainer, you want to get. I would assume
you'd want to get
fitter
fit and healthy,
and healthier, and changes are going to occur because you're building muscle, you're building strength, you're probably going to lose some weight because you're doing exercise. And I'm just going to guess that taking the initial photo is not to demonize that thing, it's to see the progress you've made into becoming the person you want to be. Right? That's like saying, oh, why would you take a child's height when they're 5? Because you're just going to demonize it when they're 6 and taller. It's like, no. It's like, look back. Look at this you've done. Look at this development, your growth. You're becoming the person that you want to be. We're not demonizing it. We're just saying, this is the change that has occurred.
I've got progress photos. They're fucking amazing.
Yeah, it's great.
It is amazing.
It's motivation to keep going.
It's actually more motivation than the scales. Because you're like, shit, yeah. I like look at
Yeah.
that change and look at the.
I remember even going back to the gym, now obviously we can't with the lockdown and shit like that, but going back to the gym and the first time I looked at my back muscles and I did like a shrug back and I just saw everything nice and like the muscles were defined on the back. And I'm like, oh, it was the best feeling. I couldn't stop looking at myself in the mirror because like, I did that. It took like 4 months.
Yeah.
5 months. But I got to that stage where it's like, yeah, it's starting to get defined. Like my chest was starting to get stronger. The abs were coming through. Everything was starting to look defined and, muscly, masculine. That's what I want my body to look like. I was like, it's so great. It's not because I'm not demonizing the fat person I was. I'm celebrating the growth of a person that I am.
I just have to say that thank God for the internet because people are able to put their stupid opinions out there.
But you must think as a psychologist, this person is completely delusional. Like how much more body dysmorphia must you have and pushing your own body dysmorphia on other people?
It is ridiculous. It is.
Can you imagine like you go back. Like, you've got a client and you go, hey, 2 years ago, you were fucking retarded. Like, remember this? No, you look back and go, hey, look all this development we've made. No, that's personal trainers trying to help you be the person you want to be. They're not trying to change you. You want the change. It's like people don't stop smoking because someone else told them to. They do it because they want to.
They want to.
No one looks back and goes, you were oh, look at this. He smoked 4 packs a day. Oh, what a fucking retard. No, look, you used to, and now you're happier now. Oh.
All right, let's play the last clip.
What do you got here? Sexuality. Oh, this looks good. You want to introduce this one or just go straight into it?
Look, I don't know all the bloody pronouns out there. Right?
Yeah.
I've got no idea. I realized I'm old because I've got no idea.
You know what? The people that pronouns is the new 18th century etiquette.
Yeah.
It's like back there you had to wear the right petticoat, use the right fork, use the right sayings up in front on the table.
Uh-huh.
It's the same now. Like if you're in the know, you're in the know.
Yeah.
But if you're not, then you're like a peasanty,
Uh-huh.
like,
All right, so we're peasants.
Yeah, exactly.
Good. You'll enjoy this one.
People with too much time on their hands.
Yeah.
More asexual microlabels. So let's talk about reciprosexuality.
So reciprosexuals don't experience sexual attraction unless they know for sure that the other person is attracted to them. So for reciprosexuals, sexual attraction just isn't something they feel until someone expresses that they're sexually attracted to them. Reciprosexual is an identity on the asexual spectrum, and it can be used in conjunction with other identity labels.
The asexual spectrum is one of the coolest spectrums.
So these people must really be into prostitutes because for any cash, they will be completely 100% sexual with you. Is that what I'm
I'm
understanding?
just going, hang on. So two people, until one person expresses, they're not gonna say that they like that person, but they've got to wait for the other person to say that they like them.
Yeah.
So they're sort of stuck in this catch-22. So how does that work?
It's easy. I said, a prostitute will always be into you sexually if you pay them money. So these people are just into prostitutes.
Mm.
So are you telling me
Or they're asexuals until they fall in love.
Yeah. So are you telling me that these people don't masturbate? Think about it.
Yeah.
Because for them to get sexually aroused, the other person must also be in love with them. They must be in love with that person. So they can't even get an erection, which I don't think is possible. Like a 20-year-old man, which I'm assuming it's a man, a 20-year-old man wants to fuck the shit out of everything.
Yeah.
And with the 0.01%...
A 12-year-old boy wants to fuck the shit out of everything.
Yeah. With the probably 0.01% of the population that actually is asexual.
Yeah.
I forget. Even if 1% of the population is asexual, right? I don't think that a 20-year-old man, peak sexual prime, is going to not be able to watch porn and have a wank, despite the fact that they're asexual.
So I don't get these bloody labels. They are. I just feel like people are just going, you know what? I need this fucking attention, so I'm going to create another label.
It's just etiquette. It's that whole thing of, oh, no, at this club here, we eat with this fork and this way and do these rituals and this and that. And it's the same sort of thing where people have nothing to do or nothing to hold on to. Or,
we need to get back into Afghanistan. We need that war to continue. We've got to send more troops there. We can't have people like this coming up with this crazy stuff.
The Taliban might have it right. You know what? I was watching I've watched the two Star Wars episodes 2 and 3.
Yeah.
And then I watched the only Star Wars episode I hadn't watched, which is the last one, number 9. And I finally watched them all. And the more I watched it, the more I was like, I'm sort of on the side of the bad guys, or what we consider the bad guys, right? Because what they had was a radical religious group, the Jedi, try to take over the universe with a democratic sort of thing. And yes, it became more... the Emperor sort of took over and was sort of like the dictator of things. But he was able to bring peace to the universe because he killed all the enemies, and then there was peace until this rebel alliance blew up his spaceship.
Ah, I see.
Right? And then, okay, whatever. Like, that's a fun little philosophical thing. But then I was watching the second, like the last one, and what I guess the good guys were doing, none of them had, like, at least the rebels during the episodes 4, 5, and 6 wanted to get rid of the bad guys and free the universe from tyranny.
Yeah.
These new ones don't have a plan. They just don't know what to do. They just sort of kill because the Emperor comes back. Spoiler alert, right? The Emperor comes back and is just like, hey, Rey, you're my granddaughter, somehow. Kill me, take over the universe, because the Sith power is so much stronger than the Jedi power. And I'm like, well, yeah, and now she ends up killing the Emperor. And she doesn't take over. She just but she takes the name Skywalker. But there's all these things that doesn't make sense. And across the...
It just doesn't make sense.
It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I'm sort of still on the side of the Emperor. Because these people here have no direction. Whereas the Emperor had a direction. I'm going to build up an army. I'm going to take over the Republic. Took in 3 films.
Yeah.
And then he ruled the universe peacefully. And only for another 30 years. Gets killed by a radical religion... radical religious person.
Yeah.
And then, despite that, he was technically killed, rebirths himself.
That's pretty impressive.
And rebuilds the biggest army the universe has ever seen. And if not for another radical religious person that he created, he would have taken over the universe, beaten both the rebellion army and the new other army that sort of came out of his own ashes. He would have defeated both of them and continued the peace in the universe. Now, if I get it. He's technically an evil guy, but his ideas of getting rid of the religious aspect of the thing and just taking over and having it's basically what we do in the Western world. And it seems to be working pretty well for us. So that's why we don't let radical jihadists come in or radical Christians come in.
Yeah.
And try to take over.
I'm so glad that you explained Star Wars to me because I've got to admit, I've still got no fucking idea.
I appreciated it more now as an adult, especially the number 2 and 3. Now that I understand politics more, because when they talk about the politics stuff, I'm like, no, that sounds
All I can remember is that
stupid.
I don't know, whatever that song is when they're in the bar. And you see all the
Mos
aliens
Eisley,
drinking. Yeah.
I just don't. I think Star Wars was a sort of.
I don't know. I think Star Trek's better.
I haven't watched any Star Trek.
You haven't watched any Star Trek?
Nah. No, I know I should, but I just haven't. And I think.
Well, down at Phillip Island, I'm going to give you the Kieran educational
apparently
movie experience.
Deep Space Nine's the best one to watch.
Well, I don't know. I've only watched a couple of the movies.
Okay.
I'm not really that into it.
I think I've seen like one or two movies, but I don't remember it too
Hey,
much.
I'm going to the movies with your brother.
Yeah.
What am I seeing again? Spider-Man.
He's a Spider-Man fan. You and him, he's
going to fucking hate me.
he's gonna hate you. Yeah.
He's going to hate me so much. It's going to be great. It's going to be great.
I'm
I'm going to give him the movie experience that he's never experienced before.
It's all downhill. It's all down. Can I tell the story about my dad? Speaking
Yeah.
of family. Okay. I break curfew and I go visit my parents basically to walk the dogs.
Yeah.
I go back and have a coffee at their place or whatever.
Yeah, caregiving.
And I see my dad has this WorkSafe
Uh-huh.
card.
Yeah.
And I go, oh, well, you won't be needing that because of all the work sites are locked down. You know, making a bit of a joke. And Dad's like, no. It's so not only I can get onto work sites, but also that way I can go to Bunnings and buy things because work provided them. I'm like, oh, okay, that's pretty good. And he goes, oh, do you need to go to Bunnings? I'm like, no. Wait, you brought Bunnings up, not me.
Bunnings is very important for people
I
of that
I know.
for that age bracket.
I know. And look, I don't mind a Bunnings trip here and there, but it's like, no, you brought up Bunnings. I didn't bring up Bunnings. I was just looking at your card. Like, you know, what is it for? He's, oh yeah, if you need to go to Bunnings, just swing by and take my card, go to Bunnings and bring it back. And I go, look, Dad, I don't think that I could even use the card. And look, it doesn't have your photo on there, but it has your date of birth. And anyone that's going to look at me is not going to go, this man is not 56 years old.
Uh-huh.
You know, he's going to go, this man is 30 years old.
Yeah.
It's definitely wrong.
This man has used an amazing amount of cream in his life.
Revitol.
Revitol cream, yeah.
You know, and then my mum chimes in, oh, you could just say that you picked up the wrong card. You've got your card at home, but you picked up your father's card. And
Your
I'm like,
mum is a teacher. She should be upholding ethical decisions.
I'm sitting there going, what? I don't need to go to Bunnings. Let's start with that. What? Why? I don't need this. I just pointing at your card. What's going on?
So you came back from Bunnings with how much shopping?
I was just standing there like befuddled, going, why are they for? Like, take the card, go to Bunnings. I don't need to.
For our international listeners, Bunnings is like a Lowe's or a Lowe's.
Lowe's, yeah.
Hardware
a
store.
hardware store.
Yeah.
The one with the snags at the front. We discussed this last.
Yeah.
But they were like pushing me to
Go to
take the
Bunnings.
card with my father's
It
card.
must be, because I've had this conversation too, because my dad goes, it's like, oh, I've registered your company at Bunnings. And also at a few nurseries.
Yeah.
So,
Why?
and I'm like, but
I don't even have a house.
I rent a house.
Yeah.
And the person I rent it off, he's a handyman.
Yeah.
He just comes over and fixes things.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah. It's very simple.
He also works at Bunnings. The person I rent the house off. So it's a beautiful win-win
Thank you.
situation.
Why do parents?
So, but I've had that, but it's been taken to now when you go to a nursery or when you go to this nursery,
Yeah.
and I'm going,
It's like
no offense, I'm not going to a
it's like-
fucking nursery.
It's like people. When you go, oh, I've got a bit of a sore shin, and then be, oh, you should see my physio. He's the best. He's the best. I know this is like a Seinfeld joke, but it's like everyone's is the best.
Everyone's is the best. That's
like
right.
you know,
And then if you see someone else who's not your person, they're the worst.
Oh, he was not as good. No, not as good.
Because
as
you
this
get
guy.
to know your health professional, you get to know their style, and you adapt to their style. And then it's. I tell my students, just find your teacher that you like, and stick with them. Yeah, don't change, because if you change, you have to learn a different sort of style.
That's right. You know, I. So anyway, that's the story about my dad.
Yeah.
Trying trying to get me there. I don't even know why he was.
How many times has he been to Bunnings?
I don't
This
ask.
lockdown, how many
Sometimes I
times?
don't ask questions. Sometimes, for me, I look at things and go, just make an observation.
I'm going
And
to
that
tell him next time
observation-
that you want to go to Bunnings.
That observation
Mhm.
turns into a lecture
Uh-huh.
or a potential.
fucking
You should
hate
do
that.
something, or like
It's the worst when you're a guest at someone's house,
Yeah.
and then their father, i.e. yours, is giving me a lecture, and you're on the other fucking side of the table
Yeah.
going, well, Kieran's fucked.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
If this is about the time you came to my parents' house for Mother's Day to see my mum.
Yeah.
You had it coming. But look, he gave you all the alcohol that to the point you couldn't stand up.
That's right.
And that was the most important part of it.
That was no, you know what? The lecture is great for the alcohol. I will
It
give
was
you
all
that.
downhill. As soon as he popped open the first bottle, everyone knew, that's it. That's Kieran's not getting up. Kieran's not driving home. Let's go with that.
Nah.
I got another article.
Yeah,
Speaking
yeah.
of sexualities.
Uh-huh.
I saw this article. And
Speaking to the mic, Turch.
I will.
The listeners can't hear you back
I
there.
know. Here's an article. It says, from Mashable, so not the greatest news source, but it's always fun to read weird shit like this.
Yeah.
And it's called 4 Ways to Be an Ally to Bisexual People. Now, I thought out of all the people in the world, I think that everyone is pretty on board with bisexual people, especially bisexual women. But I think across the board, everyone's like, we don't really give a shit.
Yeah.
You know?
That's a way to get 2 dates on the weekend.
Exactly
Yeah.
right. Exactly right. But, it's like, you need to be an ally. And I hate being an ally. I just look, point aside, I'll come back to this. They just got all the cast ready for the new Mario film they're going to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. And not one fucking Italian was cast as any of the Italians. Now, talk about underrepresented.
Hang on. Do you actually think that a Japanese company...
Mario's Italian.
No, but it was a Japanese
It
company.
is a Japanese company. They've stated many a time that Mario and Luigi
Yeah. No, I know they're
definitely
Italian.
Italian characters.
Yeah, but do you think a Japanese company that created that is going to cast an Italian?
Well, they've got, what's his name? They got...
It's like an Indian making pizzas.
No, they do that, though.
They do that.
Yeah. But Charlie Day
Yeah.
from Always Sunny in Philadelphia is
Fucking-
Luigi.
Yeah, that's
Wrong!
great.
What?
No, that is brilliant.
Why is it...
Charlie Day is the perfect
Or what's
Luigi.
his name? Chris... the one in Parks and Recreations.
Yeah.
He's Mario. I'm like, he doesn't sound like anything like a Mario.
It just
Yahoo!
it
Like,
ju-
it's not going to sound like that.
it just proved the point that you don't have to be the nationality to play the nationality.
Yeah, but it's
so we
more
can bring
appropriation.
Back, we can bring back Mo
Most is like.
Mo Sislak and a few of the other Simpson
And a Pooh, a Luigi.
voices. Yeah.
Well, look, as soon as they recast the Mario people with actual Italians, see the thing, they've got the whole cast of Sopranos available.
Uh-huh.
Let's face it,
Oh, except
everyone
for,
is
except for James Gandolfini.
well, okay, but 90% of them are.
Have you watched The
available.
Sopranos yet?
No, I haven't.
What? You can't use the Sopranos reference if you haven't
Okay,
watched The Sopranos.
Fuck it. Danny DeVito's alive, Italian man.
Yeah.
Robert De Niro's alive, Italian man.
Mhm.
And my favorite, what's his name? The Joe Pesci is alive. Perfect Mario casting.
Oh, I love.
See what I mean?
I love
We
it.
have them,
Yeah.
and they only get portrayed as villains and Joe Pesci, villain in Home
Joe
Alone.
Pesci,
When is
Robert De Niro.
Oh.
Who was the other one? Oh, Danny DeVito. Joe Pesci and Robert De Niro. Irishman. That's it. They're
Yeah,
done.
see? How good it be? Robert De Niro, Luigi, Mario, Joe Pesci, and Bowser.
Joe Pesci as fucking Mario.
Yeah, it'd be
I
great.
fucking stab you with your fucking chin.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
and then put Danny DeVito as Bowser. Perfect.
Oh, Danny DeVito as
Yeah.
Bowser.
Perfect. That's proper casting.
That would be brilliant.
Proper casting right there. But no. What do we get? Chris Gunn or whatever it is.
I don't know.
Charlie Day.
I'm really excited for Charlie Day. I'm also excited for Always Sunny in Philly to come out.
Well, that's the next thing. But okay, bisexuality. How can we be allies, right? View bisexual people as individuals. Okay. How can you write this article then? Treat all of them the same. Like, we have to be allies to all of them by viewing them as individuals. Okay. Wrong across the board. Next one they say, challenge negative stereotypes. Again, Italians in media are only villains.
Mm-hmm.
The Sopranos, Goodfellas, Joe Pesci in Home Alone.
I just thought they were doing documentaries.
You gotta do something with your time.
Yeah.
And then here's one. Healthcare providers need to educate themselves. So you're telling me some of the most learned people in the country need to learn more because you know more than them. This is the same argument that anti-vaxxers have. Oh, healthcare providers should educate themselves. What? Because you know more than a healthcare provider? Okay, final one. This is the next one. So, remember the first one was, view bisexual people as individuals. Now listen to this one. Listen to this hypocrisy in the same article. Uplift bisexual people of colour. So, we had to lose them as individuals, but all the bisexual people of colour we should uplift. Brilliant. This is journalism to the highest degree.
We should just love everyone.
Just, you know what, if you just view people as people and don't care about all their creeds and their colours and their sexualities, you realise that no one cares about them.
Yeah, everyone cares about themselves.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
I don't understand. I will never be an ally to anybody because I hate everybody.
I will not be an ally to anyone at the shopping centre.
No.
In my way. Actually, do you know what? I was very proud of myself. I did the dog act. I was at Aldi. And all I was getting was milk. I had two litres of milk.
That's a lot of milk. For a guy that can't really drink milk.
Well, it's lactose-free milk.
Oh, okay.
I've got to have it for my coffees, right? So I'm walking and I go, oh fuck, they've only got one register still open. The line is big. And then it's like, God answered my call. The button was pressed. Register 3's opening. Ding. Now there was another person and me. And I had lesser items than them. They maybe had 5 items. I had 2. Mm-hmm. Should I have let them in first?
No.
No, I fucking rushed there. And I was like, front of the line.
They opened that up unless they...
And I didn't even acknowledge the fact that I had cut in.
No. Unless you specifically get called, like the person behind the thing, like, oh, could you please come forward, sir?
Yeah.
As soon as they open that dinger...
That's fair game. That is...
it's a running race.
It is survival of the fittest.
It's a sprint to the finish line.
Yeah. And then it's almost like... And then you're standing there, you're waiting for that person to come and start doing the register, and you're like, it was almost quicker to go to the fucking other line that had, that was longer because the person's on his bloody smoko break.
I got to admit, I haven't been to Aldi in a while, but that's one thing. The one thing I love about Aldi, it's not for the faint of heart.
No.
Old people don't go to Aldi.
Actually, the best time to go to Aldi near me is between 2 and 3 o'clock.
Oh, someone's there.
2:30 to 3 o'clock is actually even better because all the mums have gone to pick up their kids from school.
Yeah.
All the old people are there somewhere between 9 and midday.
Yeah.
And they've done like a restock.
Ready for the evening. Ready for the evening.
Or the after school rush.
Yeah, Aldi's magical sort of place. What can I say? I have to go there more often. I can't be bothered.
Every time I go to a supermarket, I'm like, why do I do this?
Yeah.
Why do I not have online delivery? And because I can't do it in like 4 hours.
Yeah.
I've got to do 2 days worth of planning to get it, order it, and I've got to wait 2 days. It's just...
One day we'll get there. We'll get to the phase where...
Hurry up, Jeff Bezos.
He's too busy having a wank in space on his penis rocket.
Oh, can you imagine that?
What?
Having a wank in space. Very few people are able to do that. What a privilege that is.
13...
That is privilege.
You know what I like? 13 people have been to the moon, right?
Mm-hmm.
13 people. And we can name, 2?
Yeah.
Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin.
Yeah.
The 13 people have done it, right? But on that rocket ship, right? The first one, that guy there, the other guy, I can't even remember.
The third guy who didn't.
Third guy,
yeah,
he didn't even go out. But can you imagine, he's watching, he's like, man, oh, that's amazing. Oh, but it's just the moon. What the fuck? They're playing golf. Oh man, that's fucked. What the fuck? They got now dune buggy. I don't know, jumps and shit on the moon. Man, they told me to pack light. And then Buzz Aldrin That's what one gets back. It's like, how was it? Nothing. Not fancy, to be perfectly honest.
Oh, I've got nothing more.
No, that's enough for me. Oh, excellent. Well, look, ladies and gentlemen, for all your wanking needs, make sure you follow us on SoundCloud, iTunes, Spotify, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And if you'd like to send us some hate mail, a death threat, or a rant, record it on your phone or email us at weonlydoonetechpodcast@gmail.com. Kieran, so good to see you, buddy.
Indeed. Virtually.
Of
We've
course.
seen each other virtually.
Of course, this is just really good editing on my part. And we will see you all next Thursday.
Woo!
Submerged skin in a deluge of hydration.
So, submerged skin in water?
No, I guess so. You know what, though? I think I said this before the show. Water is just a dehydration vaccine. It only works for a certain amount of time. You need to keep getting those boosters, though.
Come on, man. Motherfuckers, guys, come on. Give me the 5-star rating, baby. Give me the 5-star. That's all I want, baby. That's all I want. I'll fuck all the beautiful girls in the goddamn world. They'll fuck a 10-star. I just want 5. 5, baby. Just 5.